It's me.
Welcome back to the podcast. Today, I'm joined by Amma to discuss the mental health crisis, how chronic stress affecting people around the world.
Thank you for having me, dear friend. It's an important topic that we need to be talking about more openly.
Absolutely. And let's jump right in. A recent study that found 72% of people are struggling with stress, and 70 have at least one feature of burnout. These are alarming numbers. What's going on?
Indeed, unprecedented levels of stress, and they are affecting people of all ages, race, and industries. There are several factors contributing to this, including the pandemic, economic uncertainty, social media, and even just the constant pressure to be productive and successful.
Oh, it's interesting that you mentioned the delayed stress response. People might not even realize how stressed they are because they are used to pushing through difficult situations.
Exactly. It's like the analogy I use of a cancer patient feels fine until they get a clean bill of health. The same thing that can happen with chronic stress, where the emotional response is delayed until there is moment of respite.
Oh, so what's the difference between acute stress and chronic stress?
Acute stress is a temporary response to a specific event. It's a deadline or a fight with a loved one. Our body's natural way of preparing us to cope with a challenge. Chronic stress, on the other hand, is physical and is ongoing and can have lasting negative effects on both physical and mental health. It's okay to admit that you are feeling stressed. It doesn't make you weak. In fact, it takes a lot of courage to acknowledge your struggles.
I know, but I've always pride myself on being resilient. Stress just is not something that happened to people like me.
It's common to feel that way. Many people don't want to believe that they can affected by stress, but I want to assure you that it's perfectly normal to experience stress, regardless of your strength of resilience.
I don't want to be seen as weak. I've seen others struggle with stress, and I never thought it will happen to me.
It's important to remember that experiencing stress doesn't diminish your strength. It's a natural part of being human, but avoiding or denying it can have negative effects on your well-being.
I guess I've been trying to push through this on my own.
It sounds like you are under a lot of stress. Setting a clear goal post and finding a path to reach it is crucial for managing the stress. Can you tell me more about your goals and what's more important to you?
Yes, I've been trying to navigate everything. I really want to feel healthier and more active, but it's been a struggle.
I understand. It's important to prioritize your well-being. Have you considered incorporating exercise and fitness into your routine? It can make a significant difference in managing stress and improving your overall health.
Well, I do have a group at work that focus on exercise and fitness. Many of us enjoy staying active, and I've been thinking about joining them.
It sounds like a great idea. Surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals can provide support and motivation. It's important to take care of yourself, especially after a medical issue. Let's work on setting achievable goals together.
Oh, and how does burnout fit into all of this?
Burnout is a specific syndrome that can develop from chronic stress. It is characterized by emotional exhaustion, cynicism, and a sense of accomplishment. People who are disconnected from their work or who are addicted to working are more likely to experience burnout.
So, what can we do to reset and survive chronic stress?
There are several things, but I like to focus on 5 key tips. 1. Therapeutic writing. Writing down your thoughts and feelings can help you to process them and gain perspective. 2. Move your body. Exercise is a natural stress reliever and can help to improve your mood or sleep. 3. Connect with loved ones. Strong social connections are essential for mental and emotional well-being. 4. Set boundaries. Don't be afraid to say no to requests that will overload you. 5. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself and focus on self-care activities.
These are all great tips, and I think it's important to remember that we are not alone in this, right? Chronic stress is a real problem, but there are things we can do to manage and live healthier, happier, and live.
Absolutely, and I would add that we also need a cultural shift away from glorifying overwork and toward promoting healthy habits and well-being.
I couldn't agree more. Out of curiosity, how do you manage stress in your day-to-day life?
Well, I continue running, but that's someone who is like an avid exerciser, and so they run. Some people walk. It doesn't really matter what you do. It's that you do something you enjoy a little bit every day.
I want to talk about social media and what you just said. You use this term, popcorn brain, right? Which I, for a second, when I read, start to think maybe I now have a popcorn brain. What is popcorn brain? Most people have.
A popcorn brain is a term used to describe the constant rapid-fire nature of a digital world and the effect it has on our attention spans and stress level. It is the constant stimulation, the flicking from one thing to another, the inability to focus on one thing for an extended period of time. It's like the rapid popping of kernels in a popcorn bag, each one demanding your attention.
That's a fascinating analogy. So, in a sense, that constant scrolling and switch from one social media post to another is like feeding our brain never-ending stream of popcorn.
Yes, exactly. It's fueling stress and impacting our mental health more than we realize.
How about the relationship between food and stress? I know that when I feel stressed, I tend to eat more unhealthy food. Is it a common experience?
Absolutely, you're right. Emotional eating is a very common response to stress. When you are feeling stressed, your body goes into fight or flight mode. This can lead to increased cravings for high fat, high calories, and high sugar food, which can provide a temporary sense of comfort and satisfaction. However, these foods can also contribute to weight gain and other health problems if consumed in excess.
So, what can people do to prevent stress eating?
There are a few things you can do. First, try to identify your stress triggers and develop healthy coping mechanisms for dealing with them. This could involve exercise, meditation, or spending time with loved ones. It's also important to make sure you are getting enough sleep and eating a healthy diet. When you are well rested and nourished, you are better able to resist cravings and make healthier choices.
This makes sense. I also find that I'm more likely to stress eat when I'm using social media. Is there a connection between social media and emotional eating?
Definitely is. Social media can be a major source of stress, especially if you are constantly comparing yourself to others or feeling like you need to live up to unrealistic expectations. This can lead to feeling inadequacy and low self-esteem, which can trigger emotional eating.
So, what can people do to reduce the impact of social media on their eating habits?
One thing you can do is to be more mindful of your social media usage. Set limit on how much time you spend on social media each day and try to avoid using it while you are feeling stressed or emotional. You can also try to focus on positive content that makes you feel good about yourself.
I think that's all for our podcast. Thank you to Amma for our advice and everything about this topic. So guys, don't be stressed. Thank you.